Today's core connection practice, you'll be using a small exercise ball or maybe rolled up towel if you don't have that. Come to find a seat on your mat, and the ball can just come down onto the ground as the arms come long to your side. Allow the shoulders to relax down your back, and on your inhale, sweep the arms up high. Exhale, flip the palms and take the hands back down to the sides. Let's take this 2 more times. As you inhale, grow long through the sides of the waist, sweeping the arms up. And exhale, return hands towards hips. Last time, inhale, arm sweep. Exhale, hands back down. Now lift your arms out to a T and have your thumbs facing up towards the ceiling. Good. We'll go ahead and rotate the thumbs down towards the ground, and then inhale, rotate thumbs back up. You'll continue with this movement of thumbs up and then thumbs down. And what I want you to focus on is that you're really getting the rotation from your shoulder and not necessarily shrugging those shoulders up towards the ears. Good. And then let's move into a side stretch with your left hand down into the ground and the right arm reaches up and over, breathing deeply through the ribs. Switching sides, right hand comes down and now left arm sweeps up and over, and feel that energy through the side of the waist lengthen. As you move back through to center, we'll go ahead and reach the arms back open wide and start by drawing gentle circles with the arms. So we're working on some core stability here just to keep the body nice and upright. Again, starting to create some movement through the shoulder girdle, which tends to get really tight or can hold a lot of tension from bottle feeding, breastfeeding, carrying your child. So we want to make sure these areas in the body are strong and supported. And if you want to reverse the direction of those circles, you definitely can. Just a few more here. Stay steady with your breath. Really good. Almost there. And relax. Shake it out a little bit. And then we'll go ahead, draw the shoulders up to the ears on your inhale, and relax your shoulders down the back. Big exhale. Inhale, shoulders shrug up. Exhale, release. And here we go again. Inhale, shoulders up, and exhale down. Wonderful. Let's take the ball now in between the inner thighs as you come up onto your hands and knees. So this will be our cat and cow with a ball squeeze. Shoulders over wrists, hips on top of knees. On your exhale, you'll round through your spine and gently squeeze the ball in between the knees as you do. Inhale, release the tension and open up through your heart. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, squeeze the ball. Inhale, open up through the chest, spread the seat wide. So this is a great way to get some mobility through your spine as well as engaging through your core and your inner thigh and pelvic floor connection. Really nice. All right, now we'll go ahead and take the ball and you'll place it underneath your right hand. So the left leg will also extend out long behind, and we'll take an arm and leg engagement. As you press your right hand on the ball, you'll lift your left leg and then tap down and release that tension from the ball. Now it's important to make sure that you're trying to distribute the weight through the body fairly evenly. So the hips facing down to the ground, we're not slumping in that left arm, and really squeezing through your left glute to help lift the leg. Really nice. Feel your breath, and then you can relax. We'll take the ball in between the inner thighs, and this will be our lift and lower. Now, if you have any knee trouble, you can just stay all the way lifted up onto the knees without our hover. So you'll sweep up onto the knees and the arms lift, and then hover the seat right over the heels as you lower. Again, modification could just become to stand all the way up onto the knees and be squeezing the ball instead. Really nice. Making sure that you're active here through the glutes. And then as you stay lifted, now you'll give those little pulses on the ball, squeezing here from the inner thigh, and this is a really good pelvic floor strengthener as well. So I'm gently drawing the belly back and up just slightly, like minimal effort just to feel the core engagement. It's not about sucking the belly in, but just finding that gentle lift. And then relax. Relax your shoulders. And we'll go ahead, come back down onto the hands and knees and switch for the other side of our arm and leg extension. So the ball is now underneath your left hand, right leg out. Press the ball and lift your right leg on the exhale. Inhale, tap it back down. Exhale, lift. And inhale, lower. Good. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And just again, notice that weight through both sides of the body. See if you keep the chest nice and open. The breath is steady here. Really nice. All right, and then you can go ahead and relax. From here, we're just going to take the ball back in between and the inner thighs just to hold it so you can rotate through the wrists, kind of shake those out, spread the fingers nice and wide. Make sure we're just getting some healthy mobility through our joints, especially when we've been, on the hands with some compression there. So just relaxing the shoulders as well. Give a couple rolls if that feels good for your body. Notice. From here, we'll go ahead and come all the way down onto our side. And so we'll come to either support the head with your hand, so you could be up onto your elbow, or all the way down onto your bicep, or even on your pillow. The ball will come in between the inner thighs, and from here, you're going to squeeze the ball and very gently lift those heels as you do. So this engagement here, we're still firing up that inner thigh, pelvic floor, and low abdominal connection, but with the subtle heel lift, you're going to feel some activation through your seat and through those glute muscles that really help stabilize and strengthen the pelvic area. Good, so you're getting all of the breath out as you squeeze on the exhale and lift, and then inhale, release that tension. Good, now keep the knees lifted, or keep the heels lifted, and then give little pulses on the ball, little pulses. Making sure that the breath stays steady, that you're not going crazy breathing here. Still full inhales and full exhales. Really nice, just a few more, and then relax. Go ahead and take the ball, and we will bring the ball right out in front of the shoulder. And as you press the ball, you're going to open your top knee and then release the tension as you close. So we press and open and then release the tension and close the knee. So this is a way to get into some rotation through the hip, as well as strengthening still your glute muscles. And then we're getting some activation here through the shoulder and through that back body connection. Good. Now, as you can see, I have my head all the way down onto my bicep, but again, you can find what level of support that you'd like for your head and neck here. Just making sure that you're not causing any additional strain. Now we'll pause and take the arm up and that top leg out. Exhale, tap the ball towards the top leg as it lifts towards the body. Good, and then you inhale, lower. So we exhale, lift, starting to get into some oblique engagement, that side body connection. And a nice strong point onto that leg, onto the toes, is really going to help lengthen from your hip all the way down, creating those nice long lines through the body. Good. You can adjust your head, bring it up if that feels better for you, just as I did, or keep the head down. Good. Now let's take the arm right out from the shoulder, and from here you're going to point and sweep and then flex and draw the leg back in alignment of the hip. The bottom foot can stay gently flexed, and that's really just to help ground and make sure that you're not swiveling from your hips and pelvis, so those hips stay stacked as you do this exercise. Good. Sweeping on the exhale. Inhale, point, bring it forward. Still getting into some oblique and low abdominal engagement. And then you'll pause with a flexed foot and take little pulses of your heel up towards the ceiling. And this is definitely a booty burner, so breathe into it. Use your breath as like this superpower for this move. And then relax. Excellent. All right, we're going to come onto our back. And you can place the ball in between the inner thighs again. The arms are going to come down long to the sides of the body, and you want to feel your belly engage for this bridge exercise. So to begin, we'll take an inhale, and then exhale, squeeze the ball and lift the hips. And then slowly release your body back down. Good. Exhale, squeeze the ball and lift. And you can inhale, gently release the hips back down. Making sure that the abdominals just stay softly engaged. Really good. And then we'll lift the arms as you lift the hips. Keep the arms lifted on this one. And sweeping up. Good. Now you're going to stay lifted on this next one. So lift those hips, stay lifted, and then find arms going in opposition of one another. So as you sweep one arm forward, you sweep the other arm back, just to create that movement through the upper back, through the shoulders again. Make sure those hips stay high so you're really squeezing from the glutes. Really nice. Squeezing onto the ball for support as well. And then from here, we'll go ahead and bring both arms back up over the shoulders and just find your seat back down. Good. Take the ball out. Let's heel toe the feet out wide, parallel from one another. And then right leg lifts in a tabletop and you'll tap it down. Left leg lifts in a tabletop and tap it down. So the marching, reclined marching, this is a really nice way just to start to stimulate some engagement here from the abdominals. Making sure that the low back is softly compressed towards the ground. So making sure that you're not overarching away from the floor. If you are, that's really an indication that the back muscles are doing more of the work, and we want to strengthen the core so we can turn those back muscles off so they don't overextend themselves. Good. Now from here, we're going to extend the right leg out long, hover, and rebend. And then also alternating with that left side. So you reach, hover, and then rebend. That hold, when you reach your right leg out and hold, that's where that deep abdominal engagement is needed. Now, if this feels like too much, we can also modify and just slide the heel on the earth, so without hovering the leg over. So you really have to listen to your body and just see what feels best for you, okay? If you're really early in your recovery stages, that heel slide might be more appropriate. If you're further along and you can feel a little bit more activation through your center without compromising, then go ahead and hold the leg out. There's nothing wrong with taking modification if needed. Now I'm going to go back to my hover legs. So if that's where you are, we're just continuing with that exercise. Really good. Keep the breath nice and active here. That's such an important part of this. And then you can relax the feet down. Heel toe your feet wide to the edges of the mat. The arms will stay wide as well. And we'll take some windshield wipers of the knees from side to side. So this is a great way just to feel some movement across the front of the body, the sides of the waist, release from your hips, from your low back. And since everything is connected, when we release tension from the hips and low back, that can also translate into releasing tension from the mid back and upper back as well. So breathing here, making sure again the breath is nice and steady as you move from side to side. And then come to bring the knees together, we'll roll to our side and come back up and switch on to your other side. So go ahead, grab hold of your ball because it's going to come back in between the inner thighs. And again, you can come down to where either your head is supported by your hand, you could be laying on your bicep, or even all the way down onto your pillow if you'd like. From here, on this variation, we're going to change it up just a little bit. So you're still squeezing on your exhale, but we're going to keep the heels lifted. Okay, so a little bit different activation for your glutes. And again, if you'd like to drop the heels down each time, take a pause in between, that's great. Go ahead and go back to that original variation that we did the first time. If it feels okay to lift the heels, then continue to keep them lifted and exhale. You're squeezing with the inner thighs, squeezing on that ball, really stimulating some low belly and pelvic floor support. And then it's important to try to release. Good. Now you're going to keep that squeeze. Give me little pulses here. Quick engagements, but the breath is still full. So we're not hyperventilating with our breath. We're keeping it really steady. Really nice. Almost done. Couple more pulses. And relax. Excellent. All right, we'll take the ball out. And let's start with the top hand on the ball. And again, when you're ready, you're going to press on the ball and open your top knee as you do. And then closing back down, release the tension from your hand on the ball. So it's important here to only open your top knee as far as you're able to maintain the hips stacked. So if you open your top knee and you start rolling from your lower back, you've gone too far. This is really about creating that support and stability through the pelvis, through those glutes, as well as, of course, stimulating upper body with that gentle push on the ball. So everything, again, working together. Good. Now from here, we'll go ahead and reach the ball out, and we'll extend the top leg long. Let's go ahead and lift the ball up and over the shoulder, and then tapping the ball towards the leg as the leg lifts. Inhale, release. Exhale, tap, getting that slight contraction through your side body, so that oblique engagement that we're looking for. And as you can see, I've lifted my head into my hand just for a different variation for my neck, but again, just listen to what feels best for you. The importance is just getting some activation through your side, but not necessarily kicking your leg with all of your might. So make sure this is still controlled movement. Really nice. All right, from here, we bring the ball out in front, and then again, we're pointing and flexing and sweeping that top leg towards the ball. So it's the exhale to sweep back, inhale, point, and bring it forward. So this is a great way to stimulate front body connection, so you feel that hip flexor strengthen, and then feel your glutes strengthen as you sweep the leg back. Still looking for those hips to stay relatively stacked if possible. Good, and then you'll keep the flex here and just give little pulses up towards the ceiling. Really small movements. It doesn't have to be big kicks up towards the sky. This again is our lovely little booty burner, so just breathe into it. Nice job here. And relax. All right, we're going to go ahead and press our way back up into a seated position and relax the shoulders. Take a couple rolls of those shoulders again. Just let yourself feel good in the bod. Now I'm turning towards my side so you can see from that side profile, but you'll wrap your arms around like you're reaching towards your shoulders and then draw the chin in towards the chest. This is a really great way just to open up through the back of the shoulder blades, really create some spaciousness here. And then lift the chin, sweep the arms behind the back. See if you can interlace the fingers and gently draw your hands towards your seat. Think about your shoulder blades hugging together as you lift the chin. Beautiful. Breathing across the throat, and you'll relax. I will see you next time. Exhale.